the legislators are kind of in charge of today's ceremony. So we're going to make sure that everybody's ready. We will start promptly at 11. Thank you. national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars the warriors fought o'er the ramparts watched, were so brilliantly streaming. Gave proof throughout that the flag was still there. Oh, soldiers, that star-spangled with which this institution seeks to bring to one another. Amen. I am pleased to introduce President Postler. Please be seated. Year, I am very proud to have been chosen to serve as its 12th president. There have been my first term this year, but by far my favorite academic year are our commencement exercises. We have to the significant accomplishment of each of these graduates. We have taken on the measure, and you have passed our tests. This is still a feat. Less than 4% of adults have a college degree, and the opposite means only about 30%. But you know how much hard work went into accomplishing this feat. The late nights, the joys of those dynamics that come with group work, that unexpectedly grade that was a serious wake-up call, that, professor, is serious. That success on a test that you thought you bombed. Fortunately, you are not alone in your work. Let's take a moment and honor some of those who have helped you along the way. So do we have any spouses or children of graduates here today? Any spouses or children of some ones? Let's recognize you. There you are. Thank you. With people who work full-time, balance their family obligations while also completing college-level coursework. Now, this group is sacrificed for us all, enabling us to be here in a free society. Let me ask all the veterans in the hall today to stand. Students, guests, veterans, please rise and be recognized. We thank you for your service for us. Now, the next group, where are the parents of our graduates? Parents? Please rise. All right, parents, you did it. You raised them to the point where this is possible for them. Congratulations. All right, now I'm looking for aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, close friends, pretty much everybody else who's here to support a graduate. Let's rise and celebrate. Thank you for being here and for supporting them throughout their journey. Now, one of the most important groups today is our faculty. Faculty, please rise. There they are. Graduates, I hope you recognize just how blessed and fortunate you are. This particular group of faculty is so dedicated, they're so student-centered, they're so caring about our students and their progress, that we're just so pleased that we have them here at Lake Erie College. I've worked at a lot of schools, and you are blessed. Now, where are the administrators and the staff of the college? Let's see, staff members, please rise. There we go. Few of those. I know the students will always remember that RA who helped you when you needed it, the folks in the lunchroom who made you a custom treat, that advisor who maybe helped you get registered by fighting through some red tape or helped you get the financial aid you needed. We're blessed with all of those folks as well. All right, one last group. Let me ask our Board of Directors members to stand. This is a group of very dedicated volunteers who give of their time, their treasure, their service, all just so that they can enable this institution to exist, and they're here for all of us. So we're so proud of them. So, as I said, this is a fun day. It's my favorite. But let me remind you that even though this feels like a culminating final event of your academic career at Lake Erie College, that's actually exactly backwards. We're not celebrating the conclusion of anything. This is commencement. To commence is to begin. You begin anew, transformed from your prior self into a liberally educated Lake Erie College graduate, prepared for what life will bring you. So let us celebrate that new beginning, but never forget that your connection to this place will never end. You are one of our alumni forevermore. So please keep us updated on your life, your triumphs, your challenges, your major firsts, weddings, births, etc. Come back home to us regularly. Support the next generation of students coming along behind you and help them reach their goals as well. I'm very proud of this particular group of students and to be your president. I wish you good luck and Godspeed. And with that, I'm now pleased to introduce today's student speaker, Rebecca Cornell.
Hey guys, what's up? Hello everyone, and welcome to those of you that it's your first time here at Lake Erie, to Lake Erie College, and of course, welcome to our class of 2017's graduation. I'd first like to say that I'm extremely honored to be speaking to you today on graduation, mostly because I can't believe someone would actually hand me a microphone, but hey, yay. Those of you that know me right now are nodding vigorously, and those of you who don't, you will be in a few, don't worry. In case you don't know me, my name is Becca Becky to those on the soccer team, and I'm a graduating senior this year, in case you couldn't tell by the regalia. I'm an English major with a psychology and communications double minor, and I want to thank you all for putting up with me for the next 10 minutes. That being said, I'd like to start off this little speech in a completely cliche kind of way with a quote. She's my person. If I murdered someone, she's the person I'd call to help me drag the corpse across the living room floor. She's my person. Christina Yang, Grey's Anatomy. Yes, laugh. Okay. Now I know you're terrified right now. Maybe you're terrified because I just quoted Grey's Anatomy for your commencement speech. Maybe you're terrified because I was just talking about murder. Maybe you're just terrified because you don't know who in the heck gave me a microphone today. And to be honest, I'm not really sure why they did that either. Or maybe you're just terrified because you feel like you're right where you were 4 years ago. Terrified because everything was about to change, just like it is now. 4 years ago, we all came into this school some degree of terrified. We were scared of failure and of our classes. We were scared we might have a professor from hell, or that we might get stuck with a weird freshman roommate. Shout out to you, Beth. We were scared of not making friends and of not fitting in here at this place we were supposed to call home for the next 4 years. Some of us may have just been scared of change in and of itself. However, somewhere along the lines that changed. Slowly and gradually, that terror went away, and we became confident, and we became driven, and we became focused. We became comfortable. We began to take and ace, kind of, the hard classes. The professor from hell became our biggest advocate and mentor, and we became captains and presidents and student leaders. We got internships as our tests got harder and as our papers got longer. And yet, through all of this hard work, we didn't really mind because we were doing what we loved in a place that, through the trials and tribulations, we had come to love. Somewhere along the journey of the past 4 years, the place and the people we were once so terrified of became our home and our family. We grew up without really realizing it. We had a lot of fun without really realizing it. And we also had a lot of help without really realizing it. And now as we sit here today, well, we're realizing it. And we might even just be terrified again. We might want to stay, but we must remember that we are ready for this. We're ready because this place we now call home, and these people that are now our family, prepared us for this and for every adventure that comes after this. Be that going to get your next degree, be that traveling to new exciting places, joining the military, or entering into the big bad workforce. Lake Erie has challenged every single one of us in one way or another, be it in the classroom, on the field, in the workplace, or in a professor's office, because you just needed that 2 extra hours to figure out some crazy problem. It could have been a challenge with your roommate, an advisor, or heck, it may have just been with the dining hall on certain nights. Every single one of us, every single one of these challenges has prepared you for your next big adventure. And through every single one of those challenges, someone here at Lake Erie has helped you through it. Being a roommate, a professor, a teammate, a best friend, a boss, a coach, a cafeteria lady, an RA or an RD, or even one of the many presidents our class has been lucky enough to have. Someone has been your advocate. Someone here has invested in learning what you're about to do next, no matter what that is. So when you're terrified of what comes next, or of not knowing what comes next, you have to think of that person. I don't mean by that, and I'm not trying to stand up here and say that Lake Erie is perfect. We're not. We don't have the most money, or the best facilities, or the best food, who we guessed, but we do, beyond a shadow of a doubt, have the best people. People who are working incredibly hard every single day, not only to be an advocate for our students, but also to better this college that we call home. I challenge each and every one of you to sit back and think of the last 4 years and not have a certain person pop into your head who has helped you or believed in you or was just simply there for you when you needed it. You can't. I don't have to ask because I know you can't. Some of the people here are actually crazy. Peter and Jeff in our business department push you to get out of your comfort zone more than anyone I've ever known. Mickey and Abby are willing to do anything for you in the dining hall, and everyone knows that their omelets here are the very best. Our RAs and our Ds, Marlena, Katie, Sam, Moms, Derek, and all the rest are some of the kindest and least judgmental people you will find. Dr. Tedesco pushes students harder and to be more brilliant than any professor I know, and I've never even had one of his classes. His work here on campus is just that legendary. Dr. DePoy is always and constantly working hard to improve campus and Painesville for his students. His dedication to the school is amazing and unparalleled. Liz, Marco, Taylor, Caitlin, and Gary in our admissions office are some of the first, friendliest, and most driven faces you will see here at LEC. Nancy is the most involved and loving Lake Erie supporter any of us know. Dr. Schwartz-Levine is the funniest, and you really haven't lived until you've heard one of her cat stories. Captain Klein and the rest of security do so much for us, and also tell the most adventurous and crazy stories if you're up late studying in Holden. Professor Zemak is phenomenal at getting our students crazy great internships that lead to even better opportunities. Coach Hazard and Higginboom have stuck by their teams in this school no matter what new responsibility is thrown at them. Dr. Cottle took her personal time to help me with this speech and has been one of the most influential communications professors I have ever had the privilege to be a student of. And even President Postler, though he is still there, has truly given his heart to the betterment and success of this school. His love and support for this school is unlike any we have seen while here. And that is just to name a few of the many dedicated and amazing people here. They are willing to do so much and go above and beyond for their students. Not every school has that. Very few are lucky to have a couple, and we have a whole faculty and staff willing and rooting for us. We, the students and the school, are not just a job to them. We have been so incredibly lucky. We have coaches who kick your butt when your grades are down. We have professors who give it their personal time on the weekends and during the evenings to help you pass. We have cafeteria ladies who will get you soup when you're sick. We have fellow students who push you out of the snow when you're stuck. And we even have security guards who turn their heads when you run through the fountain at 2 in the morning. Just kidding, we don't do that. Everyone sitting here today has had their person during their time here at Lake Erie College. And while today, this graduation is about us, the class of 2017, I think it's very important to recognize these people who have been the ones to help us get here, because none of us would be sitting here today if it wasn't for them. Lake Erie is so great and it's so special because of the people here. And every single person who has walked down those warped floorboards in College Hall from 1856 to the class of 2017 has helped us to achieve where we sit today. And if we're being honest with ourselves, each and every one of us knows it's going to take a lot more help to get us to where we want to be and to achieve our ever-changing goals. Goals that are going to cause a change that can sometimes be very terrifying. But just like the changes over the past 4 years, Lake Erie and the people here will always be there to help us along the way. When you come here, you truly walk away with a family for your lifetime. So when you're terrified of what's happening next, thank the person who showed you that no matter what, as long as you push a little harder and stay persistent, it's all going to be okay. Then, strive to be like that person. Strive to be like them and influence and help others like they did you, because Lake Erie is great because of the people. In class of 2017, we're one of those people too. And if all else fails, and you're still terrified of what's next and of getting older, just remember, we may have to grow up and we may have to move on, but no one can stop us from raging on. Because once a storm, always a storm, and absolutely no one can outrage us, class of 2017. Thank you for the opportunity to speak today, and hopefully not throwing any tomatoes in the next few seconds. Congratulations to the class of 2017, and as always, rage on.
And now, with a charge from our faculty, please welcome Dr. Deborah Schulman.
Before I get to my official words, I have to just congratulate Becca on a fantastic speech. That really made me feel good. Okay, so now me. Graduates, families, faculty and staff, it is an honor to be able to address you today as we celebrate commencement day at Lake Erie College. I'm not sure if you could tell, but that opening line was 143 characters in length, too long to tweet. So, if I were to tweet it, I would have to remove vowels, information, or both. As it stands, I forgot to greet the directors and friends. So my point is, we need to keep our information complete. I'm absolutely not going to step into a political discussion in this forum, as it is a day to celebrate academic achievement and the start of ongoing success. I am, however, going to assert that success is contingent on effective application of critical thinking skills. It is my hope that your time at Lake Erie College has finally honed those skills, and I am proud to take part in granting you your official credential. I will return to the idea of credential as my talk progresses. But first, since I have you all sitting in rows one last time and you have no choice but to listen to me, critical thinking. It is a phrase that is tossed around rather frequently in academic circles, and it is something that we value as part of the educational process. What does it really mean, however? How can we apply it in our daily lives when information is flying around us at the speed of our cell signals? Information comes to us by the minute in the form of tweets, notifications, headlines, and speeches. These short bursts of information cannot possibly encapsulate the intricacies of scientific progress, political issues, and world events. The people writing blogs, articles, and headlines are not necessarily qualified to summarize the information and are frequently doing it in a biased fashion. In the face of this glut of information, it is our responsibility to follow up, to delve, to investigate, and to consider, not simply to meme, tweet, share, retweet, and repost. Thorough investigation into the information that shapes our stances on issues must be done and considered, even if it contradicts a closely held belief. Recently, many of my Facebook friends posted a comic strip by the Oatmeal. I considered simply reading you the piece today, but then I decided that was cheating. Plus, it has bad words in it. It is, however, cleverly constructed, and I highly recommend looking it up. For now, I will simply mention that the main thesis of the piece focused on research that shows that when a person is faced with a statement that challenges their core beliefs, a part of the brain called the amygdala shows high activity using a functional MRI scan. This is the same part of the brain that lights up in response to physical threats to safety. So when faced with something with which we firmly disagree, we go into an emotional fight stance. Much like, there we are, if we were faced with physical danger. If we recognize this trait in ourselves, we will be much more able to take control of it. If we recognize we are hardwired to overreact when someone says something that is counter to our worldview, we might be equipped to stop, think, consider, and evaluate the basis for the other's statement, rather than lashing out. The sticky bit is that this is hard to do when casually scrolling through a Twitter or a Facebook feed. It is much too easy, and often fun, sure, to type out a nasty or snarky response. It is essential to keep an open mind and to be able to consider differing points of view and new information. It is also essential that your mind not be so open that your brain falls out. This quip means that one needs to apply past experience to new experience, to use deductive reasoning when faced with new information. Simply put, go with your gut. Ask, does this information pass the smell test? If it doesn't, look into it further. Don't let false information take up precious neurons in your brain. Back to the comic strip written by the Oatmeal. I very much hope you were thinking to yourselves, is Dr. Schulman, a biology professor, really repeating information she learned in a comic? Yep, I did that. I also read the original article, and I can tell you that this is a great example of how the media oversimplifies science. I would like to start an hour-long discussion on the topic, but I will refrain. Suffice it to say that the article is entitled "Moral Correlates of Maintaining One's Political Beliefs in the Face of Counter-Evidence" by Kaplan, Gimbel, and Harris. The study is well controlled, and the authors fully explore its limitations. Media outlets focused on one statement from the discussion section, which reads, "While recent data have shown that it signals the emotional value of a wide variety of experiences, the amygdala is especially sensitive to fearful and threatening stimuli. One interpretation of these activations in the context of our study is that these structures are signaling threats to deeply held beliefs in the same way they might signal threats to physical safety." The official press release from UCLA, where this work was done, is entitled, "Which Brain Networks Respond When Someone Sticks to a Belief?" Pretty accurate. And the most oversimplified headline I found in my brief search, because this story was picked up by media outlets all over the place, was the most oversimplified headline was, "Science proves it. Political arguments on Facebook won't change anyone's mind." The authors of the study actually stated no such thing, though it's probably true. I said I would discuss credentials. Mine include a BS in biology and a PhD in molecular biology. I was also once a child, and I've always been inspired by the scene in The Wizard of Oz where the Scarecrow meets the wizard. I don't like the whole quote, because for one thing, the wizard states that universities are where men go to become great thinkers. Hello? Regardless, the spirit of the scene is that the Scarecrow, who doesn't think he has a brain, has been intelligent all along. All he needed was proof, a credential, a diploma. Today, you received that credential, but you were smart, critical thinkers all along. You were capable all along. Today, to go along with the body of knowledge you have been provided and have incorporated into your brains, you will receive proof. With great power comes great responsibility. Now that you are officially credentialed as a product of higher education, the responsibility is on you to use your knowledge along with your capability to learn and to adapt, to keep improving yourself and those around you. Critically think, always, in every situation. I would be remiss if I didn't provide what has become my signature piece of advice. Live in the moment. Pay attention to what is going on around you. Wear comfortable shoes. Painful feet distract from enjoying the here and now. Here and now is your life. Life is not what will be happening later. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Lake Erie College is your foundation and your permanent home. Know your professors are always behind you. Please keep us in the loop as you move forward, onward, and upward.
Thank you very much, Dr. Schulman. Now I'll ask you to invite to the podium the chairman of our board of directors for a few words, Dr. Dana Dennis.
Just to let everybody know, I think you could see that in the program, I graduated from Lake Erie College in 1976. I get the chills every time I stand up here because Lake Erie College means so much to me, to my wife who graduated from here, and I think about Lake Erie every day. I always wear my Lake Erie College ring. So, let's go on. The board of directors grants awarding of degrees to 105 individuals who have earned their place in Lake Erie College community of scholars. No action that is required of the board brings as much pleasure and reward as the granting of degrees each year. Graduates, we are proud of you. You have already distinguished yourselves in your studies, your careers, and in your service as a Lake Erie College student. We know you will continue to bring great pride to Lake Erie College tomorrow as our alumni. Remember, you will always have a home here. We hope you will come back often. Congratulations, graduates. To each and every one of you, congratulations. Thank you. President Polzer, on behalf of the Board of Directors of Lake Erie College and by virtue of the powers vested in us by the state of Ohio, I confer upon you the authority to grant the appropriate degrees and bestow college honors and recognition to individuals qualified to receive them.
160 years, Lake Erie College has endorsed those values which nurture the mind, the spirit, and the community. Today, Lake Erie College bestows degrees on students who reflect the highest ideals of the liberal arts tradition and have earned their respective degrees. Please all rise and join us in the ash grove.
Please be seated. Good morning. Congratulations, graduates. You'll be delighted with our commencement speaker and her message today. Elizabeth Havens Abraham is a Lake Erie College alumna from the class of 1968. She understands what you have been through and how important this day is to your family and you. Elizabeth chose LEC because of the winter term abroad and earned a degree in psychology and a minor in Spanish. Over the years, she has remained close with her classmates. Two of them are here today. Carolyn and Sue, please stand and be recognized. Elizabeth has served her undergraduate alma mater well through a variety of philanthropic and other volunteer efforts. Elizabeth is a current member of the College Board of Directors and is highly respected by her peers seated to my right here. Her commitment to Lake Erie College is exemplary and outstanding. This vigor and effort to achieve excellence is a common thread throughout her life. Elizabeth furthered her education by obtaining not just one, but 2 master's degrees. Her career and work experience spans across the areas of psychology, group and family therapy, finance, small business consulting, manufacturing, and more. That's quite an array. Elizabeth's zest for life does not stop with her education and career, but carries over to her personal life and hobbies as well, which include golf, travel, reading, great wine, and great food. Elizabeth is a pilot as well and has logged many hours in the air. Currently, Elizabeth and her husband Al, who cannot be with us today, are the owners of Top Tool, a wonderful and highly successful company in Minneapolis, Minnesota. They too have snow there, by the way. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your commencement speaker in Lake Erie College alumna, Elizabeth Havens Abraham.
Thank you, Scott. Mr. President, Board of Directors, esteemed faculty and staff, outstanding graduates, family and friends, especially Carolyn and Sue, I am humbled and pleased to be here in celebration of the 2017 graduation. Graduates, after you leave Lake Erie College, you will continue to have many experiences. And I believe there are 3 universal experiences which you will encounter in your lives. You will experience failure, you will experience success, and you will experience and maybe develop even more gratitude. Now, a lot has been said this weekend about President Kennedy. He would have been 100 years old this year. But in 1963, he was assassinated. It was a very chaotic time. There were protests against the war in Vietnam. The civil rights movement was just beginning to take place all across the country. And at the same time, my family life was in shambles. As I was applying to Lake Erie College in 1963, I was a failure as a daughter. My father had lost his license for DUI, so it was my job to drive my father to work in another town in Connecticut. Then I would go to high school, and later that night, I would pick my father up from home and drive him home. My father drove a black Cadillac convertible. I really liked driving that convertible to high school. Pretty darn neat. My parents were in the midst of a divorce, and in the mid-1960s, divorce was not often a common practice. It was rare to have what we now would call a friendly divorce. So although my parents lived in the same house, there was a lot of stress and angst between them. I was the youngest child, and at age 17, the only one living at home with all of that chaos. My My father had a hard time coming home immediately after work. Instead, he would go to a local bar and have a few drinks. Then he would call me. His late night drinking often interfered with my sleep and sometimes my studies. Finally, I told him I would not pick him up after a certain hour. I don't know, maybe it was 8 or 9 o'clock. I explained how tired I was after driving him home so late. Well, he was not happy. He didn't change his behavior. Later, when I did not get picked up, he got a ride home and barged into my bedroom around midnight. Slurring his words, he told me I was no longer his daughter. He would not take me to visit colleges as he had my brother and sister. He would not walk me down the aisle when I got married, and there would be no inheritance. That was the last night he spoke to me in years. I actually thought I was doing the right thing, sticking up for myself, asking my father to behave like an adult and to be responsible. As I learned later, reasoning with an alcoholic is, more often than not, a futile task. At Erie College, which was a women's college at the time, I did not attend any father-daughter dances, and I found it hard to relate to some of my other classmates who had such a close relationship with their fathers. I felt a deep, hurtful pain. On the other side of the coin, I endured. I learned how to overcome this failure as a daughter, and I became tough. I eventually realized that standing up for myself allowed me to get better grades and pursue my college goals. It had been the right thing to do. Years later, I realized it was my father who was a failure, and I was a successful daughter. I finished college in 4 years. I had sound leadership positions in the college, and I made several friends at Lake Erie College, some who are still my friends today. I also learned that some people are not good for me. It's good to keep them at bay. By the way, when my father died, I was the only person at his bedside. Not my brother, not my sister, not his second wife. This experience is just one example of failure. We all have had them, and we will continue to have them. You may find it painful. You may want to forget it never happened. But I am suggesting to you that you own it. You let it be part of yourself. Learn from it, and if you can, turn it into success. Winston Churchill is known for stating, "Success is going from failure to failure without loss of enthusiasm." Well, I think success can be from what we learn from failure. From my father disowning me, I learned that sometimes it hurts, painfully hurts, to stand up for myself and my principles. I have carried that lesson within my soul for the rest of my life. And the end result of that experience? My father came to Lake Erie in my senior year, and together we visited a graduate school where he helped pay for my tuition. And when he died, my father included me in his estate. I believe that oftentimes you cannot have success without some failure. At my manufacturing company, Top Tool in Minnesota, we take risks. We work with precious metals, and years ago, when a customer asked us to stamp some platinum iridium, a precious metal, we decided that we would do that, and we took a trial and error approach in developing the correct properties of platinum until we found the best algorithm for stamping parts. So we tried something, and that worked a little bit better, but maybe failed somewhere else, and we tried something else, and then that got a little bit better. And we did that until eventually we got it just right. It was our path to success for my company. Platinum parts are now 80% of our revenue. It used to be that the failure at Top Tool meant the loss of your job. The entrepreneurs who started the company did not tolerate mistakes. I remember a toolmaker, not the brightest light bulb, who tried to hide his mistake by putting a die plate in the trash. The die plate is an expensive part of the precision dies we produce. Well, of course the supervisor found it. We brought our employee into our office the next day and explained, we do not hide mistakes. We learn from them. We own them. And he did not get fired, and he did learn from that mistake. It is okay to fail as long as you learn and grow from that experience. I am so grateful that I attended Lake Erie College. It did not take me long to realize that I had much to be thankful for. First, I was 600 miles from my family. It was not a wholesome family life, as I discussed, so the farther away I could be, the happier I was. And Becky, I loved being in College Hall, even at that time, the wooden floors would creak. And most times, at that time, most students lived on campus. The rooms at College Hall were big and looked out over a lovely campus. The main floor had, and still has, a beautiful parlor where we used to have teas and other gatherings. And Louise Price, the head of residence, was the sweetest older lady who gave practical advice. I am grateful for the faculty at Lake Erie College. Most took an interest in students, like they seem to today, and some went out of their way to help the students, not just with academics, but also with learning to grow in non-academic ways. Dr. Steckel, for example, was head of the psychology department, my major. He met with my father in my senior year to set him straight. I was very fond of Dr. Steckel. He and I corresponded until he died years later. I am grateful for the transformation in myself before I attended Lake Erie College to when I graduated. As President Brian Postler stated on Inauguration Day last month, the combination of critical thinking and moral reasoning, coupled with the fortitude to see it through, is something for which Lake Erie College can prepare students particularly well. And I am as well prepared as you are today. I am grateful for the friends I met, the experience we shared, the secrets we kept, and the trips we took. Our bar was Moritz on State Street. Not our bar? I didn't like to go to Willoughby for favorite time, so it was kind of like that. After exams, when we got back from the holidays or for whatever excuse, you would find a bunch of classmates at Neiman's, all out to have a good time. I am grateful for my work scholarship. I met other women on the work scholarship program who were in a similar situation as mine. And we had what I called KP duty, and we shared the awful cleanup after the meals. I had to eat before work because the cleanup was messy with cigarette-stuffed food on the plates. It often took my appetite away. But then Karen always reminded me how much fun we had because we would sing to the seniors and they would sing to us, and so the lunchroom was really kind of a nice place to be, and there was a lot of comradeship. But my scholarship helped pay for my tuition. The neighbors around the college often invited students to homemade meals with them. I was grateful for those times spent in a friendly, cozy home, learning about local lives in Painesville. I am grateful for my classmate, who had the highest score in the state on her CPA exam, which brought recruiters from all over to interview Lake Erie accounting students for more prestigious careers. Finally, I am thankful for Ryan Rua, who hit his first career Grand Slam for the Texas Rangers in a 14-3 victory over the Minnesota Twins, my home state, putting Lake Erie College on the map in national baseball sports. 10 ago, my husband and I had a terrible auto accident. An 18-wheeler crashed into our small car and pushed us into oncoming traffic at rush hour. My husband was flown to a nearby trauma-fied hospital where they actually saved his life. I was out of commission for 6 weeks with a body brace, and I relied on people to drive me around. My husband was in hospitals and recovery institutions for 6 months. He had a hard time seeing because he saw tripled or worse. He could not talk, he could not walk, and he had severe brain damage. Instead of being resentful and angry, I was grateful. I was grateful for all the people that came out of the woodwork, people I had not seen in years. The support was overwhelming. I was thankful to be living in a highly competent medical community and for all the professionals who truly cared about our well-beings. Today, my husband is a fully functioning 75-year-old with good eyesight. Most people will not know he had any brain damage. So gratitude is a wonderful feeling to experience. It lifts you up and then helps to have you stay on a positive track. It brings peace and calmness to a stressful life. Gratitude always makes me feel better. So today, I have a wish for you graduates as you leave Lake Erie College. I hope you have a successful life. I hope you learn from your failures. And I hope you continue to be thankful for your blessings. Congratulations, the class of 2017.
Good afternoon. I'm Brian DePoy, Vice President for Academic Affairs. Will the candidates for the bachelor's degree please rise? President Postler, it is my honor and privilege to present these candidates for the degrees of the Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, and Bachelor of Science. These candidates have fulfilled or will soon complete all requirements for their respective degrees as prescribed by the faculty of Lake Erie College. The faculty recommends them for their degrees. Candidates, please remain standing.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Directors and upon recommendation of the faculty, I confer upon each of you the degree for which you have qualified, with all of the honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto.
Will the undergraduate students in the first row please present themselves?
Presenting the graduates from the School of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences. Eric Beck, magna cum laude. John Curtis Burchett. Alexandria Butler, summa cum laude. Christian Donnell Howard. Gianna Conti, summa cum laude.
Rebecca Cornell, magna cum laude. Amy Gifford, cum laude. Elizabeth Carricker. Cassandra April Koharic, summa cum laude. Natalie Diane Lee, summa cum laude. Melanie Nicole Mansfield, summa cum laude. Renee Manzon, summa cum laude. Jessica Joy Moore, magna cum laude. Brianna Mosier, summa cum laude. Abigail Marie O'Hare. Michael Riley Percio. Keely J. Rowley. Leah Grace Rawson, summa cum laude. Lindsay M. Valvoda. Elizabeth Janet Obra Awa, magna cum laude. Alexander J. Braha, cum laude. Dylan Dix. Alec Mills. Kara Sawada. Tyler Valvoda.
The following graduates are from the School of Natural Sciences and Mathematics. Nicole Grant, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Rush. Kelly Vysick, summa cum laude. Robert S. Browning, summa cum laude. Mackenzie Marie Burke. Michelle Lynn Chacala. Danielle Corbin. Fleshley. Marie Hall, magna cum laude. Vincent Horning, magna cum laude. Deja Shawnee Jones. Matthew Michael Krause. Anne Maurice Lustig, summa cum laude. Kinsley Hannah Murphy, magna cum laude. Christina Catherine Pratt. Maya Nicole Quibble. Robert Joseph Rhodes, Jr. DeMarco Rojas. Haley Dawn Roninger. Hannah Chevenel. Jessica Lauren Slow. Daniela Von Smith. Jeffrey R. Swanson, dual degree. Nicholas Thompson, summa cum laude. Christopher Vogel, magna cum laude. Danielle Weber. Samantha Diana Woodward. Diane T. Yannick.
Presenting the graduates of the School of Business. Kelly Ann, cum laude. Tyler Eden. Casey Asper. Austin T. Bishop. Patrick Daniel Balda Jr. Austin J. Bovenzi, magna cum laude. Andrew Bucher, summa cum laude. Stuart Campbell. Congratulations. Adam Clare, summa cum laude. Alexander P. Corbett. Brandon Davis. Teddy Ferguson. Dalton Jacob Graham, summa cum laude. Joan Elizabeth Graziano, summa cum laude. Alexis Ann Grice. Maurice Jovan Hale. Mackenzie Henry Hogler. Sean Howard. Alex Nicholas Jolly. Nemanja Josic, cum laude. Kenneth Kolke, summa cum laude. Emily Marie Long, cum laude. Keith Love. Dominic Anthony Monaco. Michael Morris. Matthew Morosco. Samuel Matara. Kristen Marie Promosic. Connor Patrick Ryan, magna cum laude. Samantha Lee Short. Rochelle St. Julian, summa cum laude. Nicholas J. Sabudos, cum laude. Adam J. Sanislow. Derek R. Terzi. Jeremy Ray. Nicholas M. Wells. Gabrielle Woods.
Next are the graduates from the School of Equine Studies. Tiffany R. Burkett. Maggie Brink. Gwendolyn Holbrook. Sierra Sheridan Jenkins, summa cum laude. Alexa Klein, magna cum laude.
Kuciak, summa cum laude. Emma Peck. Sophie Sawalski.
The graduates from the School of Education and Professional Studies are Kayla Bond, cum laude. Bethany Haramis, magna cum laude. Emma Sue Miller, summa cum laude. Last but not least, Jamie Riley, summa cum laude.
This is very special for me today to talk about soon-to-be Dr. Abraham. She certainly is a role model. Mr. President, I have the pleasure to present for the honorary Doctor of Humane Letters, Mrs. Elizabeth Abraham. Elizabeth, like come up here for me? Whereas Elizabeth Havens Abraham has graciously agreed to deliver the Lake Erie College commencement address on the 7th of May 2017. And whereas Elizabeth Havens Abraham graduated from Lake Erie College in 1968 with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Psychology with honors, was the Distinguished Alumni Award recipient in 2012, was instrumental in the establishment of several endowed scholarship funds, and is given of her time, talent, and is a current and dedicated member of Lake Erie College Board of Directors. And whereas Elizabeth Havens Abraham earned a Master's of Arts degree in Social Experimental Psychology from the University of North Dakota and an MBA from the Carlson School at the University of Minnesota. And whereas Elizabeth Havens Abraham is the majority owner, CEO, and treasurer of the Top Tool Company in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Excuse me?
Minnesota.
Minnesota. Thank you for the correction. And was recognized as an industry leader by the Minneapolis-St. Paul Business Journal Women of the Year, Women in Business. Under her leadership, the Top Tool Company was named the Metro North Chamber of Commerce Small Business of the Year in 2005. And now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Directors of Lake Erie College bestows the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters to be presented before the assembled community on the 7th of May 2017.
By the authority of the State of Ohio, vested in the trustees of Lake Erie College, and by them delegated to me, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters. Ms. Abraham, I invite you to join a long line of distinguished scholars and assign to you all the rights and duties, privileges and responsibilities which the honor implies. In witness thereof, I give you this diploma signed and sealed with the seal of the college. Thank you very much for your remarks.
Thank you.
I'd like to ask Dr. Carol Ramsey to please join me on stage. Today is not only a milestone for celebrating the graduation of our class of 2017, we also want to celebrate someone who means so much to so many, and that person is Dr. Carol Ramsey, Professor of Education, who is retiring this month after 26 years of exemplary service to Lake Erie College. Among the best measures of Dr. Carol Ramsey's impact are the memories shared by her former students. When asked to share the first word that comes to mind when you think of Dr. Ramsey, the following words and phrases come our way: devoted, kind-hearted, hilarious, caring, genuine, dedicated, wonderful, funny, inspiring, motherly, nurturing, gentle, thoughtful, curious, lovely, kind, knowledgeable. Students go on to say, she wanted everyone to be successful in their journey to becoming a teacher. She always knew my name and what I was up to. She genuinely cared about us and how our education was progressing. The first time I was in her class, she was explaining how she preferred to be called doctor because she worked hard for her doctorate. Then she followed it with, I might have worked harder for the missus, actually. Dr. Ramsey, on behalf of all of us at Lake Erie College, we wish to congratulate you on this next phase of your life. We thank you for the powerful impact you have had not only on the students, but also on the faculty. You've been a true model for all of us. We will miss you, and we thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce Stephen Abbott, class of 2011 from the National Alumni Board.
Good afternoon all, and congratulations to each and every one of you here today. Students, we've watched your journey here at Lake Erie with anticipation. We're so proud of the different paths that brought you here, and we're even more excited to watch you build for your future. We've celebrated your academic achievements, attended your fine arts presentations, and rooted you on while you were on the court, field, or in the arena. And now you guys are done. Awesome, right? Now it's when it really matters, guys. You guys just took it to the next level in your career. And I'm not just talking about the young man with the 4-tiered cap. Although that is pretty impressive, right? Now, from what I understand, we have a few ambassadors out in the seats today. Is that right? Awesome. Now, you guys know the drill. Once an ambassador, always an ambassador. We've all heard Deb say that 1,000 times, right? I have a special challenge for each and every one of you here, ambassador or not. You're now Lake Erie College graduates. You all now represent our college. You're going to go out in the world and do great things, whether it be in business, in service, in the arts, in the sciences, however you guys choose to make your mark on society. You're going to go out there and show people how wonderful our college community truly is. Lake Erie College has changed a lot in the last 10 years that I've known it, but throughout this change, we've done 3 very important things. We've focused on improving in every area, we've experienced tremendous growth, and we've retained all of our wonderful traditions. Whether it be Founders Day, Vespers, the Ambassador Program, Alumni Weekend, and many others that mean so much to our alumni base. Now that you all are included in our Alumni Association, take advantage of all of these. Continue to attend and enjoy all of our wonderful traditions. Now, those of you who know me know that I have a bank of about 10,000 sayings, one-liners, and useless quips that I reference entirely often throughout the day. So it wouldn't be appropriate if I didn't leave you with one today. In this case, a Chinese proverb. When the root is deep, there is no reason to fear the wind. You all now have deep roots here at Lake Erie College. Don't underestimate that. Keep in touch with us. Come to Alumni Weekend. Let us know of your challenges so that we can help you with them, and let us know of all of your successes because we can't wait to celebrate them with you. Congratulations to all my now fellow alums of this wonderful college. I'm so sincerely excited for each and every one of you. May God continue to bless you, and good luck with your futures, and we hope to see you on campus again real soon.
Will all the bachelor degree recipients please rise? In a moment, I'm going to ask you to move your mortarboard tassels from the right to your left side, signifying the transformation from your prior selves to Lake Erie College graduates. So ladies and gentlemen, the Lake Erie College May commencement class of 2017, move those tassels. Audience, please remain seated for the recession. You may join your student in the Holden Center soon, and we'll have a reception following. So thank you very much. Reverend?
As you all go forth into the world, you're entering a world that is not the same as you entered Lake Erie College, but you're not the same either. May you go into the world with wiser minds, yet continuing to seek wisdom that is from above, and with stronger hands, ready for the task ahead of you, and willing to get your hands dirty to serve the world around you. May you live with fuller hearts so that you may be rich in love and mercy, and with a confident spirit, yet humble enough that you may be open to the good, the true, and the beautiful. And may the words of Psalm 90:17, which are placed in the college seal, be true in your lives. Let the favor of the Lord our God be upon us and establish the work of our hands. Yes, establish the work of our hands. Amen. Please remain standing for the recession.